All right, now I am on the homework where's my pen? There we go. P219. First one is done for us. Identify any clusters in the data. So, again, I don't know if I would consider this a cluster. The book does, though. So we have kind of 3 clusters of data here. Okay, there's a cluster from 10 to 11, cluster from 14 to 16, and then a cluster from 18 to 19. So that would be our answer for number 2. Number 3, summarize the information in the dot plot. Well, you could say something like the dot plot shows that the restaurant sold from 10 to 19 omelets each day. There were usually 14. Most of the data is over here. There's just this one gap with 17, but usually sold from 14 to 19 omelets each day. You could say something like there are 3 clusters of data. So you're just describing in words what we see. Okay, number 4, the histogram shows the number of people that visited a local shop each day in January. How many peaks does the histogram have? Well, 1 peak, one place where it's really high, and then from there it goes down. So 1 peak. Describe how the data values change across the intervals. So 0 to 9 is our peak, and then from there the data goes down to a low for the range of 30 to 39, something like that. You would write that in here, what I just said in words. You kind of put it in your own words if you want. So there's a peak at 0 to 9, and then the number of visitors decreases to a low of 30 to 39. All right, number 6, look at the dot plot at the right. Does the graph have line symmetry? Explain. So, the peak is right around here, right? Now, again, see, this is where I would disagree with the book. The book says yes, and the peak is here, and then either side is close, and it is very close. So if we consider both of these kind of our peak, then to the right there's 3, and then to the right there's 3 on this one, then to the right there's 2, 2, 2, 2, but then this one does have this 1 out here, and there is no 1 out here. So they are definitely close. So again, I think you could make the argument either way, but you'd have to explain your reasoning. So if I was arguing that this does not have line symmetry, I would say, well, when you look back at the problem on page 518, when there was some extra data on one side that they did not consider, or the text did not consider that to have line symmetry, and since there is more another data point to the left of this peak, then I would argue there's no line symmetry. Or you could say, yes, I agree with the book again, there is line symmetry in this case because there is just one piece of data missing from the right side. And so for the most part, besides that one piece of data, they are almost perfectly symmetrical. Okay. Now, that's what I would argue. I would say, yeah, it does have line symmetry, but I would also argue that the problem on page 518 has line symmetry. But again, as long as you have a reasonable argument, I think you could make it your case. All right, thanks again, and I'll see you on the next one.